G League action at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores, and for the G League, Ignite, Squadron going head-to-head in this battle. We've yet to see Squadron here on court number 1, played just 2 games ago on court 2, and it was a very, very tight battle, a game that went down to the wire. I believe it went into overtime even. But the Squadron versus the Mad Ants, in that game, Mad Ants barely got a victory. And now it's time for Ignite and Squadron. And since we haven't seen Squadron yet on this court, head coach Charles Roth with Tanner Amos, Griffin McLaughlin, Tino Ventimiglia, Grant Begley, Omar Jara, James Carrillo-Wright, and Bennett Reed. On the other side, Ignite returning back to the court, Will Hooker, head coach, with Lucas Pollock, McCoy, Schaefer, Frelay, Morse Clark, and Chambers. Just had a thrilling overtime victory in the D-League division here on Court 1. If you'd like to go back and watch that, watch the ending or any part, you can watch right here on NorCal Sports TV. All games from the camp, all games from any day on NorCal Sports TV is on demand all the time. NorCal Sports TV. You can subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the action through the camp, through our youth events, and just through high school, junior college, semi-professional sports. We're here for you through Northern California. Jara with Squadron. They're in the orange. Grant Begley hits the deck. Lucas helps him up. But Jara and Squadron will continue the other way. Jara tries stepping through, blocked from behind by Grant Pollock. Schaefer. Backdoor Pollock. He's guarded by Jara. Schaefer, his 3. Count it. First points of the game. Actually, it'll be a long 2. Schaefer hitting from deep. In my theory, suggestion, whatever you want to call it, if you're going to shoot from that deep, you might as well have your feet behind that line. You don't want to get 2 points for what essentially is a 3. On the drive is Schaefer. He creeps it up with the left hand. Schaefer, smooth move. Reed, nice move inside, very aggressive from the evaluation game. Talking with one of the coaches, Reed wasn't as physical as the coach would like, but he told them after that they were all drafted, he said, Reed, you just need to be a little bit more aggressive. You need to really get in there. Don't shy away from anything. You're tall, you're strong, you can muscle down anybody. That paint is yours. Whenever you're in that blue rectangle or close to it, it's all you. You don't need to pass out. You can dominate that area. And Reed said, you got it, coach. And right there, we saw a strong statement of that. Reed taking the advice to heart. Morse Clark, nice behind the back pass, looking to assist Frelay. His shot, though, goes wide left. Jara speeding down court. Inside to Reed, took an extra step, traveled. He shuffled his feet before he was wanting to shuffle his feet, and that's what led to the travel. He could have had a power dribble, but at the same time, he's a big man. He knows he needs to keep that ball high. He was a little too far from the hoop, and so he shuffled his feet thinking he was closer. Didn't quite work for him. Morse Clark, top of the arc shot, trying to be chased down by Pollock, who initially took the shot. And that's a good sign of a veteran play. He knows even if he's going to make the shot, if he's going to miss the shot, he just knows he needs to go back right down and see if he can get a rebound just in case. Pollock scores for Ignite. It's a 6-0 score. Squadron, after that tough loss earlier, finding it hard to get back in the rhythm. High off the backboard, Frelay can't hit. Schaefer is guarded by Begley. Luckily, McLaughlin is there for the extra help defense. Begley a steal. Schaefer coming against his left side. Swing it across, back to Reed. Good defense by Lucas, but not good enough. Good defense, better offense. Reed gets the first bucket for Squadron, and that's how we send it to a break. You're watching the G League at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. The G League at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores. Ignite leading by 4 points over Squadron, who just got their first bucket before the break, and it belongs to Bennett Reed. Their offense has been moving slowly. They got called on a couple of travel calls, a couple of mistakes, but as soon as you get that offense rolling, it's a lot easier to get into that rhythm and push forward. On the other side, for Ignite, they have Judas Schaefer, who's one of the biggest players in finishing at the camp. He can drive to the hoop. He finds the lane. He knows just when it's open, when he should drive, when he should get there, and he almost never shies away from actually trying to finish the shot. He always takes it up, and he almost always makes it, and that was a big draw for head coach Will Hooker to draft him. Frelay on the drive, count it. No, excuse me, they're going to count it on the ground. Call it on the ground, my apologies. So Frelay will have to inbound for Ignite. Coach Roth saying it's going to come into the corner. We'll see how it plays out. Defense sniffed it out. Great coaching by Charles Roth to call out the play, force them to go in a different direction, and then it labels into a steal. High handoff to McLaughlin. Backdoor pass to Reed. Over Chambers, he's got it. Bennett Reed with all 4 points for Squadron. Three-point shot off the rim. Jara. The attack, the spin, the left hand. Not enough power to force it up over the rim. Frelay. Drive, right side, no. Creeps off the rim. And a little frustration from Robert Lucas, who missed the layup attempt. McLaughlin and Reed playing pass back. Reed going down to the block. McLaughlin getting through all the defense. Lucas the other way. Goes against Jara and finishes nicely. James Carrillo right in play for the Squadron. Jara jumping through 3 defenders. Ball came out to Carrillo right. He'll hand it off to McLaughlin. Look down to Bennett Reed. Unfortunately, couldn't get it as the defense was a little too tight on him. Swings the ball, Schaefer reverse, my goodness, Frelay to Schaefer. 6 points for Schaefer, snagging it out of the air and quickly going right back to it. Deep ball for Jara, rims off. Lucas nearly lost the handle. Schaefer's in the left side corner. Fillet also loses it. McLaughlin reaching in a little too much, hand checking. Fillet trying to get through Jara, sets up the screen. A blocking foul against Jara. It'll stay with Ignite. Inbound to Schaefer. Pass Carrillo right, baseline. Jara comes over to cut it off. Gets it over to McCoy. Fouled, he'll get 2.
Timeout after the free throw.
McCoy misses the first. We'll get the second free throw. And then we'll get the timeout.
After the free throw.
McCoy misses both. That'll send us to a break. 10-4 score. Ignite dominating Squadron early in the first 10 minutes. The G League at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores. Ignite leading Squadron. Squadron with just 4 points, and they're all from Bennett Reed. No one else able to find the basket yet. Ignite, 10 points, led by Judah Schaefer, who has 6. Robert Lucas, Grant Pollock with 2 points apiece. Without Judah Schaefer, who knows what could happen in this game, but everyone can step up at certain moments, and Squadron just haven't found the rhythm. They haven't found exactly what they need. We'll see what will happen here. Begley, Jara, Reed return. With him is Ventimiglio and Tanner Amos. Jara drives and fouled. Pass to Amos. Top of the arc, guarded by McCoy. Begley looks into the eyes of Pollock. High screen from Amos. Begley gets a switch of defender. Now McCoy's on him. The pass to Jara slips right through his hands. Schaefer. Morris Clark, he'll take a three. Just shy on the attempt. Begley with a nice board. Jara goes down, blocked by Schaefer. Ventimiglio launches it into Begley's arms. Ventimiglio wants to take a three, just shy off it. Schaefer speeding down. Somebody has to step in front of him. Schaefer gets stopped by Jara, blocked by Begley, back into the arms of Schaefer, who looks everywhere but the basket. If he turned around, it was right there. Schaefer sets the screen for Chambers to cut through. Play wasn't there for Morris Clark to find him. McCoy resets it. Begley, pesky on the defense. Chambers from the left side wing. Ventimiglio being backed down by Chambers. Goes up with the left hand. Bennett Reed comes flying out of nowhere to grab the defensive rebound. And now Jara kicking it into Bennett Reed. Morris Clark, good enough defense to get Reed out of the paint. Pollock. Ventimiglio gets there defensively, but Pollock is too good. Begley to Reed. Reed to Jara. Bounce pass to Reed. Comes across. Jara gets Schaefer to jump and will earn some free throws. Jara at the line.
You only need 2 white players on the block.
Jara hits one.
1 minute left.
Morris Clark. They're not going to count it. Final 10 seconds in the half. Morris Clark gives it up. A chance to extend the lead by more. It's a 7-point game already. Now make it 9 thanks to Chambers. His first points of the game, and it couldn't come at a better time. 14-5 is the score as we head into the second half. 12-4 Ignite leading Squadron. 14-5 is actually the score. NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. G League, day 1 of league games, day 2 overall. Evaluation games ended yesterday, and now we're getting to see the true colors, what the coaches have in them, what the players have in them. And here scoring is Frelay for Ignite. Ignite scored with Chambers just before the break, and now coming out of the break, scoring as well. Jara asks Reed to set the screen. Jara goes opposite direction. Will get it up. Reed gets the ball batted through his hands by Chambers, and it'll stay with the Squadron. And now I'm interested to see, as the ball is coming in on the basket to score on, how Reed is going to be taken into effect. But right now, just one giant knot down in the paint. Pollock out to Frelay. He just scored on the last possession. Tries to throw it to the opposite corner for Lucas. Gets intercepted by Jara. Jara gives it to Begley. He's open for 3. Short. Gets his own miss. Way to get back in there and follow the shot. Begley, after missing the last, decides not to take another one. He drives, goes through the legs of Chambers. It'll set up a 3. The bank is good for Ventimiglio. Shakes his head on his way back down, knowing that he didn't want to bank it through. But when it comes down to it, points is all you need. It doesn't matter how it happens. Frelay will take a deep 3-point ball and miss everything. Adds a little extra PSI to the ball. Ventimiglio. Here's Jara. Reed is asking for it down against Morse Clark. Reed handling the ball from the outside, pushing the middle. Ventimiglio goes with the bounce pass, but he skims it too low. With Reed, you have to give the ball to him high. Whether that's a bounce pass going back up to him, that's fine, but you have to time it perfectly. A lot of players, they want to go for that bounce pass because that's where the open space is. But Reed stands so high and the wingspan is there, you can get the ball out quick enough where no defender has the quick reactions to deflect it. Get that ball up to him high, he can hold it high, and somebody has to jump 2 feet up just to reach the height where Bennett Reed is at. And that's no fault to Bennett Reed. It's all up to the guard. It's all up to the player who's trying to give him that ball, and they have to recognize the space above. You have unlimited space above every player, but you only have the floor beneath the player. Reed. Ventimiglio, guarded by Chambers. Jara chases it down and can't save the ball at half court. Chambers. Pollock drives through, dips down his head, bullies through with his shoulders, and got it over Reed and Jara. Reed had 12 points in the first evaluation game yesterday, all in the first half. He didn't score in the second half. Jara did some work scoring as well. But the shots today not quite falling for him the way he'd like. Only 1 point for Jara in this game, 4 points for Reed. And the only other points on Squadron was the 3 hit by Ventimiglio in the second half, and that was the only point scored in the second half. Lucas lost the handle. Ventimiglio against Chambers. Lucas on the help D. Trying to use that footwork, does so well. The step through, missed the shot. Coach Roth saying dribble out. Ventimiglio got the ball out of the cave, but it found Ignite. Jara takes some contact and finishes. No whistle for Jara. He's going to have to finish through it without relying on whistles. Pollock dips down his shoulder. Reed with the defensive rebound will send it to a break. It'll be orange ball in a moment. 18-10 is the score for the G League at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. (18-10) the G League at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. Ignite leading Squadron. The Squadron, a tough time finishing and scoring, but their defense is holding fairly well. Offense just isn't quite clicking yet, but when it comes down to it, the playoffs, everyone makes it to the playoffs. You just have to win that game to get into the championship unless you are that #1 seed. So it's all about those playoffs, but of course, you want to win through the week. You want to know what you're doing well, what you're doing wrong, fix those mistakes, and then get to that moment. And sometimes it takes teams a couple of days. Sometimes it just works on the first day, and you click even more throughout the week. But in this situation, the first game, they lost by just a couple of points, and that was just 2 hours ago. So it could be the hurt from that game losing that brings it over into this. But you really have to forget about that first game. Say this is a new game. It's a new team. So put that aside, play this game, and try to win. Carrillo Wright has re-entered for Squadron. He's alongside Jara, Begley, Amos, and McLaughlin. Bennett Reed takes a seat for this set of 5 minutes, and he's alongside Ventimiglio on the bench. Carrillo Wright, strong, scooping under the arm of Schaefer. Frelay gets a rebound. Switching from left to right, Jara sniffs it out, bats it away, and a hard foul gets placed on Lucas. Begley on the attack. Carrillo right now. Schaefer, the pass to Lucas. Begley almost got in between them. Lucas's drive ends with the failed layup. Carrillo right against Schaefer, bodying him down. Right hand is good. Carrillo right comes off the bench and scores. His first made basket, and the lead is now 6. Underneath, foul, count it. And a three-point play on the way. Frelay. Frelay. 3-point play, 5 points in total. Coach Roth telling Grant Begley, just be ready to shoot once that ball comes into your possession. If you have the space, you're a good shooter. Put that ball up. Meanwhile, Jara gets a nice drive, and as he's back is to the basket, floats it backwards and got it. Bullock on the other side. Earn his 8th point of the game. 3 ball from McLaughlin, way short. Ignite has the numbers. 5 on 3. Schaefer rises up to take in the pass, and then he goes reverse. Judah Schaefer, his first basket in the second half, but 8th overall. Left side, wing 3, short. They're getting the open looks. They're just not going down. Take the time to release the shot and change the game. That's what we're going to see in the last couple minutes. 24-14 at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. (24-14) Ignite looking for a victory. You're watching the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. Squadron lost their first game earlier today, hoping to get a victory, but they have a lot of work to do if they want to go 1-1 in the first day. And of course, tomorrow will be a new day and 2 more games against the Mad Ants and Ignite again, but you never want to go one day without a win, but it's just part of the learning curve. We'll see what Coach Roth and company can put together for our final 6 minutes. Inbound pass to Reed. He re-enters the game. Begley drives and kicks. Good take inside, not going to go. Ventimiglia just off the mark. Jara, they're down by 10. throws it off the foot of Schaefer. And I know you're wondering, why isn't that a kick ball? And, well, you have to actually kick the ball. You have to go forward momentum on purpose for it to be a kick ball. If it's on accident or unaware, then it's not a kick ball. Carrillo right tries to attack the middle. He'll get 2. Time starting to run out for Squadron. They truly need these. The officials changed the call. Carrillo right. Jara almost lost the handle. Coach Roth saying, swing the ball, let's get an open shot. We're running out of time. You need to make shots, not take time away. Jara on the dribble drive. Left hand, it's good. Coach Roth trying to earn some trust with some of the players, saying swing the ball, it'll eventually get open. And Jara finally got that open lane. He took it and scored and said, Coach Roth said, just trust me, and we got this covered. 3 ball goes short for Carrillo right. Morris Clark gets back for the rebound. And Ignite just hoping to tick down the seconds. Schaefer gonna glide through, left hand. Carrillo right to Jara. Back out, Carrillo right, his 3. Bounces up and down to Morris Clark.
Timeout, court 1.
2 minutes to go. It's the G League. Ignite up by 11. Is 2 minutes enough time for Charles Roth and Squadron to make the comeback, or will Ignite take a win over Squadron? And the Squadron ends the day 0-2. We find out here. 10-point game. Put him on the floor. Frelay for 3. Can't do it. Jara needing quick baskets, will step back. His 3 breaks off the front rim. Both teams can full court press at this moment. Schaefer. 12 points for Schaefer. leading his team to victory, pushing that score to 12 and just a minute to go. Carrillo right will get it inside, blocked by Chambers. Here goes Schaefer. Chambers, 10-footer. Left side drive, Ventimiglia. They'll count it with the three-point play.
Left.
10 seconds left. Ignite.
9, 8, 7,
Smelling the victory.
5, 4,
Schaefer just going to go up.
1.
They'll count that foul on the ground, and we'll end the game there. 30-18 is the final score. And we'll head into our final game of the night. The D-League returns here on Court 1. You're watching the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp.